Iba't iba, pero isang halaga. Nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino.
Sound check.
Huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo?
Hey, sound check. 1, 2, 3.
Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Junior, MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, klaro na to, huwag kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay. Gabay at pag-asa ng bayan, landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga. Nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, Junior, MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, klaro na to, huwag kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay. Gabay at pag-asa ng bayan, landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga. Nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan. Liga ng bayan na to, para lumakas ang iyong loob MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to, liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino, liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino, liga ng bayan na to. Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.
Babalik muli ang ating Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino dito sa Banana Court in Las Piñas City for a 6-game slate. On this game day Tuesday, sisimulan nga ng ating Paranaque Smile 360 YAMJAM kontra Muntinlupa JKLV RGG-INFINITE basketball in their 14-16 and 18 under set. And mamayang hapon nga po, kasama naman natin ang Taytay Hamaka Health Forum with Doc Atoy kontra Nueva Ecija The Generals. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. I'm Mendehar now, joined by JP Ruiz. Been a while, JP, but nice to be partnered with you again.
Yeah, hi, man. It's great to work with you once again. And no better way to start your morning than watch some hoops action.
Watch some hoops action indeed. And for both these teams, struggling so far in our season number 3, JP. 14 under nga ang uunahin natin ngayong araw, the first of a 6-game slate. On this Tuesday, pag-usapan na natin the performances of these teams, JP, in their previous ball games, beginning with the Paranaque Smile 360 YAMJAM and the tough loss against Palawan.
Yeah, exactly. They have now done 6 straight defeats, talking about Paranaque. They have lost, as you mentioned, to Palawan. But there's something that you should take note of. They've lost to Biñan by 34, lost to Batangas by 29, lost by Las Piñas by 9, lost by San Pedro 4, lost by Mindoro by 12, and Palawan, the most recent, by 38. Now, something that Coach JC Dollar should take note of in this succeeding game is their free throws and assists. Why? They have missed an average of 15 free throws, meaning if Paranaque just makes their free throws, which they are very aggressively on the line, they could have at least won 3 of their 6 games. Okay, that's very important if you are Paranaque. So you have to stay aggressive but convert on those free throws. More importantly, they have to pass the rock because their season average as a team is only 7 assists. They're the only team that does single digits in terms of averages, unlike their opponents that at least 14 assists a game. So they need to pass the ball and make better shots for them to have a chance to finally get into the win column.
Yun nga, hinahanap pa nila ang kanilang unang panalo dito sa ating season number 3. Would this be the morning that they have all coveted for? Dito naman tayo sa kabila, JP, talking about itong Muntinlupa JKLV RGG-INFINITE basketball. They have a lone win naman para sa kanila, so not exactly a winless, but it has been quite a drought in terms of wins para dito sa koponan na to.
Definitely. Talk about Muntinlupa, no? They did win against Las Marinas. They lost against Palawan, Las Piñas, and San Pedro, but you said lone win. I believe it's more of a lone star in their team. I think it's a very eminent player here. Talking about Jeron Dizon, who is averaging 16 points and 9.5 rebounds. In his 4 games that he has played, double-double machine siya immediately, especially nasa genes niya, given that he is a son of a former player. Talk about Coach June Dizon. So for them to continue, mainly has to be the go-to guy. But more than that, they have to get better field goal opportunities and better assists. Kasi during their win, their sole win, they had higher field goal percentages.
Of course, malaman na nga natin if Muntinlupa will get their second victory of our season number 3 or will Paranaque finally get that elusive first win. Let's head over to Gio Cruz to introduce our starting 5.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here at Banana Court, Las Piñas City for Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 3, ang Liga ng Bawat Batang Pilipino. It's the opening game 14 under division between the Paranaque Small 360 YAMJAM and Muntinlupa JKLV RGG-INFINITE basketball. Now let us meet the starters first for Paranaque Small 360 YAMJAM. Starting guard number 12, Andre Silverio. To guard number 17, Manu Chung. At forward number 4, King Kasungkad. Also at forward number 29 is Rover Ferrer. And at center number 11, Rafael Biona. The head coach is JC Dular, assisted by Jonas Ocampo. Team manager J.R. Gonzalez and team owner Mike Osita. And now let us meet the starters for Muntinlupa JKLV RGG-INFINITE basketball. Starting guard number 13, Yuri Alfaro. To guard number 17, Miguel Spiruma. At forward number 20, Andre Francisco. Other forward number 77, Cerrone Tuzo. And at center number 13, Jeremy Picabino. And coach is Enrique Gonzalez. Assisted by June Tizon. Team manager, Abby Tizon. And team owner, Charlie Avellano. Officiating this ball game, Crew Chief Carlos Sebastian, Upper 1 James Versosa, and Upper 2 Noy Guevara. Junior MPBL Executive Director Mr. Jer Navarro. Junior MPBL Commissioner Mr. Kit Picasso.
Aloka Tower Doray team starters dito sa ating 14 under matchup na Muntinlupa and Paranaque. Itong Infinite Basketball. Beginning this ball game with Alfaro, Retaga, Francisco, Dizon, and Gentalian. Para naman sa Paranaque, it's Silverio, Chong, Kasungkad, Ferrer, and Biona to round out their 5 in game number 1 of a 6-game slate. Hatid sa inyo ng Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Mga bunso muna tayo dito. 14 under division to kick off our Tuesday. And even as I say that, parang hirap paniwalaan ng sarili ko. No? 14 under lang, kinocover natin.
Yeah, most definitely these kids are playing the game of their life as early as 14 years young. They are having this opportunity of being in this kind of platform. Jaime.
Silverio opens up the scoring festivities dito sa ating laro. Played excellent despite that loss against Palawan.
Yes.
I think one of their few bright spots para dito nga sa Paranaque. Very aggressive early. Couple of baskets para sa Paranaque. 4-0. Less than a minute gone by pa lamang. They come up with another steal. Almost another basket. Loose ball scramble. Jump ball says our officials. It will go back to Muntinlupa.
And this is something that you'd like if you're Paranaque, given that you have to start very strong. Given na winless pa lang kayo, go start strong. You have nothing to lose. No, you have nothing but pride to at this point, and make sure na you have a great start into this ball game.
I like how you pointed that out, no? Kasi it's easy to kind of hang your head.
Yeah.
0-6 to begin your season, and for majority, if not all of these kids, first time experience nila dito sa Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. So you like to see this sense of urgency
Yep.
na pinapakita ng mga bata. 6-0 run now to begin this ball game.
That was Andre Silverio. As you mentioned, he was the leading scorer in Paranaque's last time out. So he wants to continue being the hot hand, but unfortunately, he got caught there with a foul.
Dalawa na nga para kay Silverio. So despite this 4 early points para sa kanya, he would have to sit early. As in for the first time is Adriel Macapagal.
Adriel Macapagal being very effective there on the floor.
Cerrone Dizon, the player that you were talking about
Yes.
kanina nga, JP, that opens up the scoring para sa Muntinlupa. And kind of no surprises, no? Sa kanya manggagaling ang puntos nito Muntinlupa.
Well, he is their main guy. Like, I believe that Paranaque should do the scouting report properly and make sure to avoid his effectiveness down low.
This is Alfaro. Able to get it to Dizon. Battles his way inside. Missing on this attempt, but a couple of free throws coming up para kay Cerrone.
Yeah, talking about Cerrone Dizon, no? It's very difficult for Paranaque to keep up with his gifted stature. He's very tall versus his matchups, and at the same time quite hefty. and giving him the ability to score easily down low.
Making on that first. Close to a double-double average, para kay Ron Dizon. And this kid is also a veteran na dito sa Junior MPBL. And while that sounds, for a 14 under, na parang veterano na kaagad, but it kind of feels that way whenever I see this kid play, no? Parang he just knows how to maneuver his way inside.
I think he's very blessed and grateful, no? Given that his father, I'm assuming, would have trained him at a very, very younger age than he is today.
Immediately, Muntinlupa answering with their own 6-0 run as we are deadlocked at 6. 7:17 remaining dito sa ating first period as we have our first timeout. Take another look at that steal.
Yeah, that's a very aggressive play there for Muntinlupa, able to get the basket. That was Yuviel Siruma, someone that we should also look out for.
We're tied at 6 apiece. Paranaque and Muntinlupa answering with each other with a 6-0 run. No? Magagampanin mo lang nga para dito sa Paranaque using that press. But Muntinlupa now gaining much needed momentum as Francisco makes that 8-0 run now.
Yeah, very strong start here now for Muntinlupa, doing the pressure that was earlier given by Paranaque.
Dizon extends his lead to 4 now.
Now, if you're Paranaque, you shouldn't panic, right? You already had momentum to start this ball game. The last thing you'd want to do is have consecutive turnovers.
Kasungkad misses short. Ahead is Alfaro. Gets another para sa Muntinlupa. 12-0 run now.
Great outlet pass there, leading to the open Alfaro, able to get the easy bucket.
Kasungkad, nakabuelo na naman. Still can't get that shot to fall.
Yeah, Kasungkod, he is one of their leading scorers for Paranaque, and he is their leading scorer, so we have to expect more from him.
Now 14-6. Muntinlupa continuing to pressure itong Paranaque as a jump ball will be whistled, but it will stay with Smile 360 YAMJAM.
Yeah, Coach Raymond Valenzona of Muntinlupa is reminding his boys that despite the slow start, no, they've already been very aggressive and right now having a 14-0 run, as you said.
Nagising after that 6-0 blast para dito nga sa Paranaque. That time, a bit too much pressure coming from Siruma.
Yeah, talk about Siruma, no? He is one of their leading scorers after Dizon. I believe he's their second season average leading scorer. So, 1-2 punch ng Muntinlupa.
So 16 to work with, but they throw it away once again. Alfaro pulls it back. Hounded by Macapagal. Alfaro pa rin. Now Siruma. Pass deflected. Falls to the hands of Gentalian. As he will be fouled, heads to the line for a couple.
That was very unfortunate for Paranaque. No, they were able to get good defense position in that possession, but unable to capitalize and unfortunately drew a foul. As you can see here in this replay, great stance there for the white shirts, but he got close to the basketball. It could have been all ball, but the ref saw a different angle that led to free throws.
Gentalian will get the bounce on the first for his first points of this contest. 5:02 remaining. Make this a 15-0 run now after that free throw dropped.
Yeah, Jeremy Gentalian is someone that they should look out for. In his previous timeouts, he is considered one of their enforcers down low.
Make this a 16-0 blast para dito sa Muntinlupa after trailing 6-0. The early part of this ball game.
Yeah, very aggressive start here for Paranaque, but again, inconsistencies that led them to be very down behind.
Marquez. It's 9 to shoot. Para sa Parañaque, Kasungkad finds an opening. Ayaw pa din. Had those looks, hindi lang nahuhulog.
No, he was wide open for those floaters. Could have easily gone, cutting the deficit for Parañaque to get closer.
Seruma short. Dizon goes reverse for another 2.
That was a very clever move there by Dizon, evading the long arms of the white shirts, and with a flick of her wrist, able to get the basket.
8 now para kay Dizon. Marquez still can get a field goal para sa Parañaque. Napako na sila dito at 6. Alfaro stepping through. Masikip sa loob. Francisco is blocked.
Great stop there for Parañaque. Let's see if they can score here.
Kasungkad against 3 defenders. Finally rewarded with free throws.
Yes, King Kasungkad, especially him. He is definitely one who won't stop every opportunity he gets with the basketball. As you can see here in this replay, regardless of 3 green shirts right at him, he was able to draw the foul and go to the free throw line. But as I said earlier to you, Jaime, he is capable of making those free throws. So in order for Parañaque to have a chance to at this ball game, they have to make a lot of these conversions.
Very interesting shoe style as well para dito kay Kasungkad. Although ito ba talaga yung style niyan? Kasi it might be the Giannis and Thanasis shoes. Kasi 34 and 43 yung nakikita ko dun sa likod. So maybe, kasi akala ko mismatch shoes eh.
Although one of Giannis's colorways is in dedication to his brother. So technically parehong Giannis, ibang colorway lang, and I guess we see who he idolizes. King Kasungkad. You would think na if you have a name like King, then you would sport LeBron's shoes. Probably, yes.
So it's 18-8. Abante pa rin ng Muntinlupa as Parañaque. Their offense now waking up after being stuck at 6. Couple of free throws from Kasungkad, and that 3 ball courtesy of Buen.
Yeah, that was Chris Buen entering himself into the scoring column.
Gentalian scores underneath. So action now picking up for both teams. 20-11. Abante pa rin ng Muntinlupa.
An unfortunate turnover here for the white shirts. I think, Jaime, one important factor I mentioned, if you're Parañaque, you have to keep passing the basketball. And unfortunately, the possession will go to the green shirts. And after this, we'll get, as you can see here in this replay, very aggressively, itong Muntinlupa, being very aggressive from both ends of the floor.
It's 22-11. The Muntinlupa JKLV RGG-INFINITE basketball still up by 9. 15-0 blast after being down 6-0 early. Para dito sa Muntinlupa, the type of response na hinahanap mo nga, no? If you are the boys in green. And while we were saying Parañaque is still searching for their first victory dito sa ating season number 3, Muntinlupa also trying to get out of that cellar dun sa baba ng ating 14 under division.
No, you're absolutely right, Jaime. Speaking for Muntinlupa, they're currently 9th out of 12. So if you want to get a shot into the playoffs, no, as early as now, you have to rack up some wins. And this is one big opportunity for them to get that.
Basket by Kasungkad earlier, cuts the lead down to 7, but balik naman agad sa 9 as Ron Dizon now hits double figures, now with 10.
Non-stop action itong si Dizon. All gas, no brakes, kumbaga.
Trapped was Kasungkad. Ball will go back to Muntinlupa. So good as a turnover para dito sa Parañaque.
Yeah, I think Muntinlupa understood the assignment that Kasungkad is their go-to star. So they immediately double-teamed him. And the quick decision here kay Coach JC Dolyar bringing him out for the moment. So you can see there, quick double team, able to force him into a turnover.
This is Tabu. Floats it up and in.
That was a very difficult shot for a 14-year-old to make a floater as far as that attempt. Great shot there for Muntinlupa.
Biggest lead now para sa Muntinlupa at 11, 24-13. Tumandao able to get it inside. Biona, short stab will work.
Hey, that was a great pass there for the white shirts. Able to drop pass into the open man, evading the green shirts. Great two.
You were asking for more assists nga para dito sa Parañaque. That instance, answering the call as a foul will be whistled here kontra Muntinlupa. I believe against Hernandez.
Yeah, that was a quick swipe there by Biona. Able to add another possession for Parañaque.
Third team foul para dito sa Muntinlupa. Just 54 seconds remaining. Version of the floater para naman sa Parañaque. A bucket. Courtesy of Chris Buen once more.
That was Chris Buen's second basket. I think he was able to make a three earlier. And now a mid-D in this possession. Ooh.
It's a tough finish.
That was Ney Espadon with a difficult shot there. Able to get the contact from a white shirt and get a end one basket opportunity. So you can see here, very quick passing from the green shirts, able to find a quick cutter and Espadon with a three-point play.
Marquez trying to swat that away. But Espadon able to make that adjustment. Mas Marquez, ano rin to, rim protector din to para sa Parañaque. Look at the length of this kid.
Actually, looking at the floor right now, no, Espadon and Gentalian are the twin towers for Muntinlupa.
Retaga seals the ball away. Hernandez finishes on the fast break. Make it a dozen now. Abante na Muntinlupa.
Johan Hernandez not giving up on the play. He ran for that basketball. As you can see here on cue, that was Johan Hernandez being very aggressive. And I believe it's because of his, the decision making of Coach Raymond Valenzuela, bringing in fresh legs consistently.
Last shot time para sa Parañaque. That is the foul to give para sa Muntinlupa. Now at the limit. Only 9.4 seconds remaining dito sa ating first period.
Yeah, both teams are already not yet on the penalty. So one more possession here for Parañaque.
Kick out. They go to Marquez. Jumper is off as the buzzer sounds to signal the end of our first period. Muntinlupa up by double digits early. 29 points here in the first period. The Parañaque after that 6-0 start will end up being down by 12. So we look at some highlights brought to us by Chef's Magic.
Yeah, most definitely by Muntinlupa. They started very strong here passing the basketball. But for Parañaque, they are fighting, right? They are able to shoot from outside, take some shots inside, but it's too much for Muntinlupa with their aggressive playmaking, able to keep on finding the open man.
First quarter nga natin matatapos. It's 29-17. Muntinlupa up by 12. Second quarter of action will begin as Tabu gets another steal para sa Muntinlupa. Ahead of the pack, overshooting there was Retaga. Pero nakikita mo dito yung defensive intensity ng Muntinlupa after being down by 6. No? Parang yun yung wake-up call nila.
Yes.
Parang ba't nga naman tayo hindi rin mag-press?
I think they had a very sluggish start to start this ball game, and coach warned them that, hey, start so early in the morning that magising kayo, boys. So they're able to answer the call and getting this huge lead right now.
Parang yung confidence, they got it going and now talagang umaapaw na. Biggest lead now for Muntinlupa at 14, 31-17. Great aggressive move there para kay Tumandao.
Yes, Tumandao, Edsel Tumandao being very aggressive here. And look now, the White Shirts are trying their best effort to come up with their own press. And it almost worked there.
Retaga still unable to finish. Trying to keep it alive. Does so is Gentalian. This is Sandre Gentalian.
That is a great stop there by Ian Mateo Tabu excuse me, that was Mateo Marquez of Parañaque, able to stop the ball handler from getting another basket in.
Marquez will take a seat in the meantime. Almost para kay Retaga. Takbo tayo sa kabila. Find a player open in the corner. Shot just a bit too strong para kay Tumandao. They get another chance. Some foul's gonna be whistled here against Muntinlupa.
Yeah, I think that was a foul on Johan Hernandez, I believe, because of, well, if they're matched up, medyo malakas tong si Hernandez, no, and able to immediately get the foul. Possession will remain with Parañaque.
Thought about the three. Comes closer. It's Cañares. Another three. Still can get it to fall. Good follow though. That was Cañares. By the bucket.
Zach Cañares able to get the second chance opportunity. This is something that you'd want if you are Coach JC Dolyar. They see the aggressiveness that these boys are showing despite being down right now by 10.
Like that they're hanging around, no? Hindi rin nila hinahayaan itong Muntinlupa na makabitaw na maaga.
Yep.
Almost a turnover, but Muntinlupa will keep possession. Still up by 10. Coach JC arguing that possession daw dapat nila, but officials say natamaan daw ng Parañaque player. Still a deflected pass.
Yeah, those are two close calls there for Muntinlupa, able to almost have turnovers back to back, but it's considered lucky breaks for Muntinlupa to keep the possession.
Another almost possession. Parang 3 straight na to. That sideline has been seeing the basketball a lot.
No, that's right. I believe that's Rafa Shapit, who is very good on the defensive end. There's a completion in terms of a steal here.
Natsaga naman, no?
Yes.
Turnover. Nakuha rin itong Parañaque. Under 7 minutes to play. We'll slow it down. Itong small 360 YAMJAM. Kick out. Buen. 5 seconds to shoot. Straight away 3. That short. Falls to the hands of Cañares, but steps on the baseline.
Yes, he already had the right idea. He had possession of the basketball, but he stepped on the line, resulting to another turnover for Parañaque.
Balasa muli ang Parañaque dito. Os Santos in for the first time. Pressure once again coming from Parañaque.
Oh, the refs saw some blood, I believe, on Enzo Montes, Muntinlupa. So he's requesting the team or medics to take a quick look.
Automatic yan.
Yes.
Mga puti kasi din yung sleeves niya.
Oo, kitang-kita na eh.
Kitang-kita eh. I think that was what called for the attention nga ng ating officials. So they would have to replace him.
Yes.
Safety first, obviously. Kailangan nga mo ng catch-up. Hernandez through the middle. Uncontested.
That was Hernandez able to make the fake pass, leading to an open layup.
6 now for Hernandez. Lead up to 12, 33 to 21. Approaching the 6-minute mark. Firing for another 3. Won't fall para kay Tumandao. Comes up with a steal and a bucket. 4 now para kay Tumandao. Excellent hustle.
Yes, very aggressive play there for Tumandao. Not giving up on the play. As you can see here right now, they're trying to trap these boys.
But the pressure easily broken by Muntinlupa, leading to this bucket para kay Zeron Dizon. Make that a dozen points now para kay Zeron.
Yep, Zeron Dizon staying aggressive at all times. Given that he is on the floor, they know who to give the basketball to.
Turnover number 11 para sa Parañaque. A bit careless on that pass as Kasungkad unable to contain the leather. Dizon once again. Able to just manufacture his way inside. Ano naman yung tamang shrug lang, JP?
Oh, like he knew what he was getting himself into, knowing that there are 2 or 3 white shirts there. Able to evade the first one, bang in the bucket, immediately getting that end one opportunity. And he just calmly goes to the free throw line.
Move brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness. B-Liga ready.
Yep. Ngiti niya, manak sa daddy niya eh.
And dito sa 14 under division, I would say, you know, is really head and shoulders above everyone in terms of, I guess, skill set, right?
Yes.
Just knows how to use that frame as well.
Correct.
Another pass, a bit wayward. Cañares unable to connect there with De Leon.
Yeah, De Leon, I believe, was hesitant given that Dizon was right in front of him. Dizon is known as a two-way player, so he can still defend.
Trying to up this 14-point advantage para sa Muntinlupa. 4.5 remaining. Another and one para sa Muntinlupa.
2 consecutive end one opportunities here for Muntinlupa. Not stopping on their possessions. As you can see here, quick Hezi able to get the man up. That was Johan Hernandez now going to the line.
This is Ancheta.
Oh, apologies.
I could see how you would mistake 78 for 18. The way that 7 is kumbaga yung font na ginamit nila dito. Another basket para sa Muntinlupa. Make it the biggest lead now para sa JKLV RGG-INFINITE basketball at 18, 41 to 23. Mapapatawag na ng timeout dito ang Parañaque with 4:15 left at the half. Back with the last 4 and 15 dito sa ating second period as Muntinlupa going on another run dito. Parañaque now trails by 18, 41 to 23. So just when you thought they are hanging around talking about itong Parañaque, JP, barrage of points coming from Muntinlupa has really made it difficult to keep a step dito sa boys in green.
Yeah, definitely. Talk about Muntinlupa. They are maximizing their opportunities on the defensive end, tapping the white shirts as early as their backcourt and try to get more opportunities, more possessions going their way. So you can see here they were able to get a steal and they were able to draw a foul to not only any player but their leading scorer, that was Kasungkad, being drawn with a foul.
Alam mong kailangan din nilang atakihin to si Kasungkad on the defensive side of the basketball. Like you said, he's one of the focal points in terms of the offense ng Parañaque.
Correct.
Cheta back on the line. Will hit on the second. 20 points now. Kalamangan dito ng Muntinlupa. 43 to 23. Kasungkad will take a seat. Pressure once again para sa Muntinlupa on the backcourt.
Yep. They're trying their best to get more possessions here. Good, unable to protect the basketball. Itong Parañaque. Great bounce pass.
Dizon now has 16. Make that 22 points now. The lead of Muntinlupa. really struggling to get this ball across. Able to beat it that time. This is Biona. Able to draw the foul. Kontra kay Gentalian.
That was Jerby Gentalian, quite bothered given the fact that he just did raise his hands. But White Shirt was able to go attack, draw the foul, and have 2 free throws right now.
I was speaking with Coach JC nga kanina, JP, and he does understand that the struggles, most of their struggles have come from the inability to get that ball across. And
That's
even
true.
his players would admit to that, no? Na yun nga, if matawid naman natin to, we are able to execute or at least better things happen para sa kanilang koponan. But you know, more often than not, yung press nga nagiging problema nila in their first 6 ball games.
Yeah, actually, if you see the Parañaque team on the defensive end, ang ganda nila mag-defense. They're able to trap their opponents, make it happen. But if it's on the opposite end, they are unable to control the basketball.
Seron Dizon continuing on this first half production. 18 now para kay Seron. Surpassing na kagad yung kanyang Season 3 averages in just the first 18 minutes of this game.
And rightfully so. Like, he wanted to start aggressive. He wanted to get a huge lead. Probably he feels that down the line of this ball game, more exposure and playing time for his teammates. So you would say that he's doing everything right for Muntinlupa.
Gusto ko sa mindset nito ni Seron eh. You could always look at you know, coming into this ball game, 0-6 yung mga kaharap mo.
Yes.
And maybe you kind of feel like, okay, this might be an easy day at the office.
Correct.
Pero Seron Dizon showing itong Parañaque na, nope, I'm not gonna take it easy.
Yes, he doesn't want to take any team lightly. And I think that rightfully so, no? If you are a head coach, you have to tell your boys that despite the record that your opponent has, you should never take any team lightly. Respect the game by making sure you play the best of your capability. And I think this is what Muntinlupa is showing.
Pass a bit too high though, coming from Ancheta.
Yep.
Lead at 22, 47 to 25. Just a minute and 40. Nalalabi dito sa ating first half of action. Trying to look for Biona but intercepted there by Ancheta. Francisco now, sidestepping his way through. Layup just a bit too strong. Gets the ball back. Feeds Gentalian, denied.
That is a great swat there for Parañaque. Let's see if they can execute here.
Approaching the minute mark dito sa ating second period. Chong to the baseline, pull up. Just a bit off. Dizon another rebound. Siya na rin magbababa dito. Almost losing the basketball. Floats it up. Couldn't get the bounce. Tapikan. Makukuha ng Parañaque.
Great effort there by Dizon. He had the right idea but unable to convert, and the possession will go to Parañaque with a chance for them to cut the deficit going to the free throw line.
This is Manu Chong. Rewarded ang kanyang aggressiveness, and sometimes if ikaw yung Parañaque, talagang atake ka na lang eh. Just see if you can, you know, draw those fouls.
Correct, correct.
It's been quite a struggle, especially here in the second period. Only 8 points. Make that 9 after that conversion. Only 41 seconds left.
Great shot there by Manu Chong.
One more free throw coming his way. Couldn't get them both. Gentalian secures the board para sa Muntinlupa. Have a 2-for-1 opportunity ang Muntinlupa if they wish to take it. But they slow it down through Ancheta. Ooh, look at that find to Seron Dizon. Ancheta and Dizon connecting for yet another and one.
I mean, this is like practice drills for Zeron Dizon. He knows already what play to do, able to wait for his teammate, get the bucket and the foul.
And another smile para kay Seron, brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness. Billy Garedi. I know Parañaque is the one bannering Smile 360, but it has been Seron flashing those smiles.
No, you have a point there. Zeron is making full advantage of this game, making sure that quick work, kumbaga.
Make this a 26-point lead now. Exactly half ng output ng Muntinlupa is Parañaque's.
Yes.
That bucket courtesy of Contacto. Just 2 seconds left. Biona will be called for a traveling violation. So still 1.1 seconds remaining dito sa ating second. And Coach Raymond certainly would look to draw something up. Try to end this second quarter strong. His team up by 26. Back with the last 1.1 ng ating second period. And JP, kita mo naman yung Muntinlupa up by 26 already but still taking this opportunity to kind of have that teaching moment.
I mean, Coach Raymond has every right to call that timeout despite the huge lead because you'll never know. These kinds of situations could happen to anyone at any time. So, might as well give it a try.
Simulate mo na lang din.
Oh,
Trying to look for Dizon inside.
And you immediately saw Dizon scratching his head and apologizing to the bench.
Exactly what they wanted to execute, no? Hindi nga lang nahulog para kaya si Ron. But you can mag-nitpick na lang ba tayo dito as Dizon already has 21. Some highlights once again brought to us by Chef's Magic.
Very great aggressive play here. But not only to Dizon but also to Parañaque. They're able to try their best to claw their way back. But again, it's too much Muntinlupa. End to end. Not only Dizon but the others are stepping up in order to extend this lead.
52-26 nga matatapos ang ating first half. Muntinlupa up by 26 points. At the half, it's 52-26. The Parañaque Smile 360 YAMJAM trailing by 26 points against the Muntinlupa JKLV RGG Infinite Basketball. A couple of highlights before we look at the numbers dito, JP. As Parañaque kept a step, I would say, in that first period, even going on that 6-0 run. But the number of turnovers have really hurt their cause dito sa ating first half, allowing Muntinlupa to create this 26-point separation.
No, definitely. One thing that you should take a look at closely is the assist. As I said, the average assist number of Parañaque is single digits, and already at the end of the first half alone, Muntinlupa has already converted to 14 assists. And another thing that they should take care of is their turnover. The more you commit turnover, less possessions will go your way, resulting to less field goal percentage.
Imagine that, 62% from the field para sa Muntinlupa.
That is very high.
That number alone.
Yes.
Huwag ka nang lumayo, di ba?
Oo.
Kita mo how efficient itong Muntinlupa has been, and especially this kid, Seron Dizon, that time around. Bothered by the defense or not, able to recover. Ganda ng adjustment sana ng Parañaque, no? Throwing 2 white shirts on Seron, but I guess that's just how talented Seron Dizon is.
I mean, if you're scoring 62% as a team, no, medyo unstoppable ka na at that point, and not only to Dizon but to everyone else. But again, if you are Dizon, might as well start strong in the second half and make sure that the threats of the white shirts are still at constant bay. Like, you don't want to give them any moment to relax or be complacent.
Obviously, he is the leader of this team, talking about Muntinlupa. So kung makikita mo yun as a teammate na, okay, no let up on Seron Dizon sa effort, parang hindi ka rin magre-relax talaga.
Exactly.
Ancheta overshooting, kontakto. Able to secure the offensive rebound. Laurel, a bit too strong on that 3. Dizon, ayaw pa rin. Fourth opportunity para sa Muntinlupa. Finally recovered by Parañaque. Wow. Nice pass ahead to Kasungkad. It's an easy 2 on the other end para sa Parañaque.
King Kasungkad able to go all the way. Great fast break there. Able to get the basket, the loose ball.
Dizon to Quintalian. Another easy 2 para sa Muntinlupa.
No, that's something you don't want to see if you were Coach JC Dolyar. You have already 2 green shirts under. You should have 2 white shirts matching up to them.
Ooh, tough bucket. High off the glass. That was Chris Buen. One of the bright spots dun sa first half para sa Parañaque. Si Kasungkad makes that 4 straight para sa Parañaque.
Yep, that's Parañaque trapping their opponents already. Quick 4 points here for Parañaque.
And this was the weapon that they used in going on that run to begin this ball game, JP. No? Pero pangarang nung nakapag-adjust itong Muntinlupa, ang dali naman ng puntos pag natatawid nila from the half court.
Kumbaga, they started so strong, itong si Parañaque, na they gassed out everything immediately, and Muntinlupa somehow, some way, was able to figure it out, evade the trap, get easily to the front court, and get a lot of buckets, easy buckets.
And the play that you were calling out kanina, no? 2-on-1 ka agad. That's easily the results that they're getting.
Correct.
Talking about Muntinlupa, every time they're able to break that press. Silverio, just a bit off on that 3-point try. Dizon secures rebound number 7.
The white shirts are trying their best to go trap here, and very successful though in this specific possession. Another opportunity for Parañaque to cut this deficit.
Finally, yung defense naman nila. Sila naman ang nagpo-force ng turnovers dito para sa Muntinlupa. But they throw it away. This is Ancheta. Decides to pull up. But knock it down. This is Laurel. Taps it to the baseline. Babalik ang bola sa Parañaque.
Yeah, everything is going Parañaque's way to start this quarter, but everything but the basket. Like, there are some hit and miss if you are Parañaque, but you have to continue being aggressive.
Being aggressive was Kasungkad. Drawing the foul here kontra kay Laurel.
Yeah.
Exactly 7 minutes remaining here in our third period. Let's see if Parañaque could make it a decent margin to end the third period, no? Para magkaroon ka man ng konting glimmer of hope heading to the last 10 minutes of action.
No, that's right. If you are Parañaque, you have to continue being aggressive here, get the basketball more, and make easier shots. I know it's easier said than done, but of course, the first thing you have to do is get these stops done.
Silverio blocking that 3-point attempt. Takbo na naman dito ang Parañaque. This is Kasungkad. Now Silverio, give and go. Perfect execution para sa Parañaque.
Great opportunity there for the White Shirts to cut the deficit further. They didn't give up on the play, able to find the open man, get inside for that bucket, higher percentage. And as you can see here, they were able to get an extra pass, more assists, as I said. If they want to have a chance to win, they have to go beyond double digits in their assist column.
Like that assist number 8 as Kasungkad completes a 3-point play. 11 now para kay King.
Ooh, another turnover. Possession will go back to Parañaque.
Kita mo yung Muntinlupa dito. A bit struggling to begin this third period.
Yep.
So counter turnover din naman agad para sa YAMJAM. Stepping on that sideline. A bit careless was Silverio in that instance.
Unable to take care of the basketball itong si Parañaque.
So imagine able to force the turnovers para dito sa Muntinlupa, but you also commit a few of your own. Nakukuha mo na yung stops na hinahanap mo eh.
Correct.
Dizon is denied. Buen picks it up.
Yeah, unable to score here si Dizon. No, was trying to look for contact, but it didn't go his way.
Kasungkad, malakas lang, trying to keep it alive. But it will go back to Muntinlupa. This is Montes. Ancheta will set it up para sa Muntinlupa. Looking to dance with Buen. Now Ciron. Through the lane once again, gets the bump. Trying to get his own miss. Kick out. Pull up. Montes loses the leather. Takbo tayo sa kabila. 2-on-1. Ancheta coming up with a block.
That was
Ancheta.
That was a great stop by Mancheta. I don't know what he ate, pero the fact that sinabayan niya yung ball handler and not getting the foul is a very impressive play.
And, very impressive was his play na inupo muna siya dito ng
nga
kanyang coach. Masyado mong ginalingan sa depensa. But credit to Ancheta. Like, he was the lone player back para sa Muntinlupa and able to still save those 2 points.
That's totally right. I think he was given that energy. Unfortunately, he had to take back to the bench and rest a bit.
Alfaro back in the contest. A bit of miscommunication there. I think Espadon thought it wasn't for him. So kind of feel like itong Muntinlupa, as well as they played dito sa laro natin, JP, that maging cohesiveness, hindi pagbuong-buo para dito sa team na to.
No, definitely for Muntinlupa. They are, as you said at the start, they are 1-3. They may have some chemistry issues, lack of players attending at certain games and whatnot, but they have a mission today, and I think they're gonna, as of now, get that second lead into their resume.
Gentalian finishes underneath. Excellent find coming from Yuri Alfaro.
Alfaro able to stay aggressive despite his height discrepancy. So, Parañaque, talk about Parañaque, they are remaining to stay aggressive.
Pull up from the baseline. Silverio couldn't convert. Just one and done para dito sa Parañaque. Alfaro once again. Now Montes. Siya naman nasusubok and gets the 3 to fall.
That was a great shot there for Montes. Able to extend this lead further despite the quick run that Parañaque is showing. So you can see there, nothing but net for the sharpshooter. Itong si Enzo Montes.
Before action resumes, a look at our fan of the game brought to us by True Tea Iced Tea, spotting someone in the crowd who's been cheering non-stop, full of energy, and bringing all the good vibes here in this game. And you know what they say, The coolest fan deserves the coolest iced tea. Congratulations to our fan of the game. You're getting a refreshing treat from True Tea Iced Tea, a no sugar added iced tea. Stay cool with True Tea Iced Tea. The goodness of iced tea without the sugar.
And on that note, I think Parañaque needs a lot of sugar.
A lot of sugar. A lot of sugar indeed. Down by 26 now. 61-35. A better third quarter, I would say, para sa kanila. But nevertheless, talagang yung puhunan na nagawa na nga ng Muntinlupa dito has been making it difficult for them to inch closer.
You have said everything I need to say, Jaime. Very well said. I think Parañaque is a very aggressive team during the third quarter, but it was just too much Muntinlupa at that point.
Espadon, no look. Gentalian might have been thrown off by that no look. No? Parang hindi niya talaga in-expect.
Yeah, talking about Gentalian. He was getting ready for that opportunity. Wrong timing.
2.5 remaining in our third period. This is Macapagal. Gets it to Os Santos. 13 to shoot para sa mga nakaputi. Macapagal is open. Short. Para for the board. It will stay with Parañaque. Marquez checking back in para sa Smile 360 or apologies, it's Muntinlupa basketball. And dito nga Parañaque arguing that it should have been their possession as Hernandez back in the ball game. Naiwan sa alanganin, but fortunately it will stay with Muntinlupa.
Yeah, that was a very risky play there. It's all about Parañaque. And good thing for them, they're able to keep the possession.
152 remaining dito sa ating third period. It's 61-37. Abante pa rin ang Muntinlupa. Take another look at that previous bucket para sa Parañaque to get them within 24. Let's see if they can go on this mini run to end the third. Coach JC Dolar, ang ating mapipiling quarter scene stealer, brought to us by Chef's Magic. From tip-off to the final buzzer, every moment counts, and so does every meal. Whether you're celebrating a win or just enjoying the game, Chef's Magic condiments brings the flavor that makes every bite unforgettable. Chef's Magic, make every meal a magic moment.
Magic moment. I had to repeat that.
Yep.
Sorry, Jaime.
No worries. Sabi mo nga kanina, sugar ang kailangan nitong Parañaque, and just about now, kailangan na rin nila ng konting magic.
Yes.
Right? And Coach JC Dolar, maybe those goodies can make something happen para dito nga sa Parañaque. That is the stop that they're looking for.
On cue, able to get the turnover from Muntinlupa. Let's see if Parañaque can capitalize on this.
Because they have been winning itong third period so far, 11-9. So something to, think of.
Yes.
Kung humuhugot ka na lang ng positive. That's Chong. Able to hit on that three.
That was a 3-point bucket for Parañaque, cutting the deficit to 21. It may be big, but at the same time, you would be very excited if you're Parañaque.
Hernandez, shot is short. Rebounded by Provido. Less than a minute left. Win a foot race against Yuri.
Yes, Yuri Alfaro, very quick on his feet, able to evade everyone with his speed.
Os Santos. Trying to get it to Marquez. Loses the leather. Nakabuelo sa kabila. Retaga with a lefty finish.
Very aggressive play there for Muntinlupa. That was Rashid Retaga.
Makapagal. Spin cycle. Shot is short. 16 seconds remaining. Retaga once again ahead.
Ooh.
Hindi kumagat ang Pectus. Alfaro able to pick it up.
My gosh, of everyone there, it was Alvaro able to evade the white shirts and get the second chance opportunity.
Couple of fouls to give para sa Parañaque. That's just their second team foul. 4 seconds nalalabit dito sa ating third period.
I mean, if you're a head coach, you would love to have someone like Yuri Alfaro able to get the second chance opportunity despite his height discrepancy.
Hernandez pulls back for 3 and hits on the 3 ball to end the third period. Muntinlupa, a bit slow yung kanilang start dito sa third period, but that flourish dito sa ating, that flurry, I mean, that to end the third period, abante na naman sila dito ng 28, 68-40. So look at some highlights brought to us by Chef's Magic.
Yeah, so you mentioned, Jaime, this third quarter, actually both squads came out blazing. Talking about Parañaque specifically, despite the huge lead that Muntinlupa is having, they are staying aggressive both inside and out. But this dagger here by Johan Hernandez able to close the quarter.
Natapos nga ating third quarter, it's 68-40. Abante pa rin ng Muntinlupa. For fourth quarter of action will resume. Quarter scene stealer na naman tayo. Brought to us by Chef's Magic. From tip-off to the final buzzer, every moment counts, and so does every meal. Whether you're celebrating a win or just enjoying the game, Chef's Magic Condiments brings the flavor that makes every bite unforgettable. Chef's Magic, make every meal a magic moment. Alfaro scoring on that first bucket para sa Muntinlupa to begin our fourth period. 70-40 now, a 30-point lead para sa Muntinlupa.
I mean, Muntinlupa would like to close this quarter strong, no? This is only, what, they're gonna get their second win in? And this is something that is very encouraging if you are Coach Raymond Valenzuela.
Alfaro comes up with another steal. Ooh, look at that ball fake. Back to Redaga and the finish!
Hi, I can't help myself. That was a very great play by Yuri Alfaro. As you can see here, able to fake pass the defender, shake his head, lose possession, and get Retaga the N1 basket.
Pagkakaala mo, diretso na niya eh, no? But still, Retaga, I don't know what's better, yung pasa ni Alfaro or yung adjustment ni Retaga to just get this N1. Move brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness. B-Liga ready. Yun nga lang, hindi na kompleto ang 3-point play, but second chance opportunity para sa Muntinlupa. And look at that feed. Hindi nga lang nakompleto doon ni Hernandez. It will still stay with Muntinlupa.
What did I say earlier, Heaven? Those who know their role, they're gonna champion it, and they're doing it so well. Talk about Hernandez. He is the primary 4 here. Assistant big man to Dizon. Able to get that second chance opportunity, but unfortunately right there, stepped on the line.
Just looking back at that third period, JP, no? Yun nga, is something to take away para sa Parañaque na sana. Before that three-pointer ni Hernandez, they were actually winning that third period. As this time, Parañaque's turn to give us an end one. Buen able to convert.
I really like the fight with Parañaque, no? Despite the fact that they're down by 30. Again, they keep on fighting non-stop. And here, look at this replay, able to get a bank, able to go for one more opportunity. Itong si Chris Buen.
Chris Buen, kind of a breakout performance, I would say.
Actually, yes, I agree.
Right? Averaging 2 points dito sa ating season number 3, but so far in this ball game, and that bucket already has 11.
Back-to-back buckets here for Buen, answering the call for Coach Dollar, able to step up.
sometimes all you could ask for, no? Na yung confidence, yung development ng mga players mo is slowly building para dito sa Parañaque. As Retaga fires for another 3-ball para sa Muntinlupa.
And how did he get open? It's because of the playmaking of Yuri Alfaro.
Denied there. Alfaro once again finds his favorite recipient, but Retaga, very unselfish, sets up Seron Dizon.
Yeah, Dizon wanted to get into the play. He knew that his teammates were doing so well. Ako naman.
25 na para kay Seron Dizon. Ganong kaganda yung nilalaro nitong Muntinlupa. Just showing us their depth as well. No? Even without Seron Dizon for majority of that third period, alagaan pa rin nila yung kanilang kalamangan. Nadagdagan pa nga. As Yuri Alfaro this time takes it for himself. 79-44 now with 6:37 left dito sa ating third. Take another look at that move.
Great play there by Alfaro. Not giving up on the play, staying aggressive as always.
It's 79-44, a 35-point lead para sa Muntinlupa JKLV RGG-Infinite Basketball, and infinite ang talagang atake dito ng Muntinlupa JP. They have been relentless despite Parañaque's continued attempts to be able to crawl back dito sa ating laro. They have able to find the response time and time again.
No, you're perfectly right, Jaime. This Parañaque team aren't quitting at all, right? They've been having their short stints of runs back and forth with Muntinlupa, but it's been all out Muntinlupa on both ends of the floor. Unable to get some stops here from Parañaque, extending the lead slowly bit by bit, and it has ballooned to 35, sorry.
Coach F always points out, no, sometimes yung mga laro talaga dito sa mga divisions na to, right? It's a game of runs, obviously, right? But who would be able to sustain yung mga run na yan, right? And so far, Muntinlupa has really shown us that they are the team that could actually not just go on runs, but on that sustained level of run. Just in that first period alone, JP, kung maalala mo, after 6-0 run nitong Parañaque, they went on a 15-0 blast before sila nasagot ng Parañaque.
That run there showed how calm, determined, and patient itong si Muntinlupa. Because we were excited time at the start, given the fact that 6-0 run itong Parañaque, they could play spoilers. But unfortunately for them, nagising itong Muntinlupa and answered the call.
Well, credit to Parañaque. We were talking about din yung sense of urgency na gusto mong makita for this team who is still searching for that first victory dito sa ating season number 3. That's a type of energy and urgency nga that you would want for these kids to display. Pero when Muntinlupa gathered themselves, got their feet underneath them.
I think one thing that Parañaque should understand, is that every game that they played, magkakaiba yung leading scorer. Meaning, wala pang silang identity. Unlike when you see Muntinlupa, you'll already see who their star players are, who are their enforcers, who are their playmakers, defenders. Itong Parañaque, they're still trying to figure it out. Coach JC Dolyar mentioned nga na kakaiba yung mga leading scorers per game. So, as much as they're trying and battling here, you can clearly see the chemistry between the two teams who has the advantage.
Seron Dizon certainly has the advantage underneath. Make that 27 points now, 8 rebounds, to go with 3 assists. It's an outstanding performance for this young kid.
Definitely.
Answering on the other end, yan naman gusto ko. Answering the challenge.
Si Rafael Biona.
Itong player din na to si Biona. Dapat pag nakikita mo rin yung Seron Dizon, you feel like gusto ko i-test yung sarili ko dito. I wanna see if how I fare, kumbaga.
No, definitely. If you are tall but lanky, you would want to have a match-up opportunity with Zeron Dizon to see what your capabilities are in terms of your pros or cons, what you need to work on against those kinds of matchups. Because it's not every day you get those kinds of opportunities.
Exactly. High-level competition, it would only get you better. These players nga para sa Parañaque, I would say yun nga, it may not have been reflecting pa sa kanilang win-loss card. And Coach JC was also telling me earlier that you can see how this team is developing talaga from game to game, right? They've had a number of close calls.
They have.
Talagang muntikan na, right? But certainly for these kids, you can't take these opportunities for granted. And even some teams dito sa ating Season 3 JP are school-based.
Correct.
So, a good measure, a good barometer for these kids to kind of see, okay, ano ba yung kailangan ko ma-develop pa to get me to that level?
I think the perfect quote for this, Jaime, no, sabi ni Justin sa akin the other day, is that a coach told him, Justin, there's no losers here. It's either you win or you learn. And for these kids who are 14 years young, marami silang matutunan dito sa experience na to. Given despite their record, no, they're learning a lot. And I think that's the best case scenario if you're a head coach.
May experience, right? Na bit-bit mo na yan kahit saan ka na pumunta after. And more than, I guess, what you pick up on the court is the development as a person, no? Yung character na nabubuo din itong mga batang to.
And not only that, no, Coach JC Dolyar, despite the score right now, it's not over for them. The season's not yet over. They still have specifically 4 more chances. Okay, this is a division of 12 teams. They are 0-6 right now. Potentially, probably still 0-7. So they have 4 more games to learn, bounce back, do something about it, and hopefully before the season ends, they get a win in the column.
He was sharing din nga sa akin, JP, na even the players are actually telling him na parang makukuha din natin yan, coach. Makukuha din natin yung panalo na yan. So, it's not just, the coaches believing in it, but also the players really kind of, has that mindset na, darating din yung panalo na yan. And we just have to work in that direction.
And as a coach, that's what you want to hear from your players.
The last 2 minutes na nga tayo sa Banana Court and Las Piñas for the first game of a 6-game schedule of our Game Day Tuesday. Hatid sa inyo ng Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. Marquez will be found. No quit din para dito sa Parañaque team.
Yep, staying aggressive as always, which you should be. If you're Jerome Dizon, no, for sure, masaya si personal coach niya, no? Of course, talking about his father, Jun Dizon, who is coaching the Infinite basketball team of the 13 under division. And, we're looking at the future star right before our eyes, Jaime. He could potentially be one of the upcoming rising stars in Philippine basketball.
Certainly, no? Talagang showing that level of basketball, especially in this age group. Talagang, despite the record also not reflecting
Correct.
wins, not as much at least. May kita mo si Ron Dizon really is a star in the making, as you pointed out.
Correct.
And I also see him actually join his dad sa 13 under. No?
Yes,
so may kita mo, he's trying to mentor na rin yung mga bata in terms of building their own skill set.
And actually, if you are Jun Dizon, you'd be very pleased na I'm here to support you, son. Oh, you're here to support me, coaching. So, something feeling in the father-son moment.
Showing us na, talagang as a young man, a very mature individual itong si Seron. Final 51 seconds of this ball game. Just going back to your pre-game, JP. Pero bago yan, timeout muna ang Smile 360 YAMJAM. 83-49 with 50.4 seconds left in this game. 83-49, abante pa rin dito ang Muntinlupa JKLV RGG-INFINITE Basketball kontra Parañaque Smile 360 YAMJAM. Less than a minute left to play with. Parañaque still trying to get some production in this ball game strong. Before that timeout, I was supposed to ask you JP, no, as Tabu hits on this floater. You were asking for more assists para dito sa Parañaque team. They have 12 in this ball game. So again, you try to take some positives with you. Single digit ang iyong average sa assists, but you have a dozen here in this game. You were also asking for, well, not sure how better this free throw shooting is para sa kanila, but 7 of 12 here in this contest as well.
I think one thing that Parañaque should take into consideration is that they are improving. Based on their previous performances, they lessened their turnovers. They were able to go to the free throw line, say more aggressive, make it count, and pass the rock.
And this is one player that they could actually maybe rely on a lot more in their future assignments. Talking about Chris Buen, 14 points, their leading scorer here in this game. King Kasongkad also has 11 for himself. So certainly, yung confidence and yung kumpiyansa kumbaga ng mga players na to, they could take with them in their last 4 ball games. Still searching for that first victory, but Muntinlupa, just a bit too much here para sa Parañaque at the end of the day.
And if you're Muntinlupa, this is go check time, no? Because you are currently at 9th. Now with this win, it will help you further in your chances of getting a better seeding in once the playoff starts.
Final score nga natin is 87-52. Muntinlupa getting their second victory here sa ating season number 3. I like really the performance of Muntinlupa despite knowing that they're facing a struggling team. No let up, right? Hindi sila nag-relax, and yung tempo, yung intensity, dinictate talaga ng kanilang key player itong si Seron Dizon.
I think after the fact that they did lose 2 straight ball games, they were able to bounce back from this attempt and they were able to get the win finally for Muntinlupa. It was a very difficult struggle for them to get 2 straight losses, but now they're back in the winning column and they're able to extend the record now to 2 wins and 3 losses. And in a moment, you will be able to see our Chef's Magic player of the game from the Muntinlupa team, and we'll be able to do that shortly. But as I mentioned earlier, the squad is really improving and gelling at the right moment. Talk about Muntinlupa. And then on that note, we will get to see who our Chef's Magic player of the game is.
Kasama nga natin ang ating Chef's Magic player of the game, none other than si Ron Dizon para sa Muntinlupa JKLV RGG-INFINITE Basketball. And si Ron, pinag-usapan nga natin kanina, coming off a couple of losses for your teams, finally getting the second victory here in season number 3. Monster performance para sa'yo. How did you dictate the pace and tempo of your team? Really setting the tone for this victory.
Since we were on a losing streak po, we just got more motivation to win po, and we just want to win really badly and make it to the playoffs po.
Certainly you showed that here in this ball game. Sir Ron, baka may gusto kang pasalamatan or batiin.
Thank you po muna kay Lord. Shout out to my mom and special shout out to my dad. Happy birthday po. Shout out po sa Barangay Infinite, to my Muntinlupa family. Shout out Kuya Arnie po, my tita, tito, and lola, lolo, and yun lang po.
Congratulations again, Sir Ron, for being our Chef's Magic player of the game. A couple more awards. Ipapakilala sa atin ni JP Ruiz, ang ating The Hustle Club Defensive Player of the Game, and the Don Benito, Assist Man of the Game. Balik muna natin kay JP Ruiz.
Yeah, and on that note, happy birthday again to Coach June Dizon. But as you can see here, the Hustle Club Defensive Player of the Game is Jerby Gentalian with 7 rebounds and 2 steals. Great effort here for this kid for Muntinlupa. And meanwhile, our Don Benito's Assist Man of the Game. No surprise here. Yuri Alfaro with 6 assists, leading his team as their small but deadly floor general. And again, to wrap this up, this is the end of the first of 3 sets of games for Parañaque versus Muntinlupa. Coming up next is the 16 under division for these 2 squads. 1-0 right now for Muntinlupa. Let's see if they will go for 2-0 or split it with Parañaque's win here.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino, Liga ng bayan na to. iba't iba, pero isang halaga. Liga ng bayan.